What up, y'all? It's your boy R to the A to the S. Yes, Rise. Here with Proceed with Cause Blood. And today we're going to talk about, are you a rich fool? Alright? Are you a rich fool? Now, we know a lot of rich fools. All you got to do is turn on the TV. You got Cat Williams. That's a rich fool. Brother got money. Go to his comedy show. This fool don't tell jokes. He want to tell speeches. That's a rich fool. Brother going to Target, or as the fancy folks call it, Target. Brother going to Target and smacking an employee there. Now let me say this. He wouldn't do that in the hood. That little midget come and smack a Target employee in the hood? That's a low-paying job, brother. Ain't nobody everywhere in the world he gonna be smacking somebody in the hood. If you got a low-paying job, that'd be it. Talking about pimp down, pimp down. Hop it down. And aisle one. He's a rich fool. Lindsay Lohan smacking a psyche is a rich fool. Constantly in jail. Rich fools. Now, in this passage in Luke chapter 12, we're not talking about that type of rich fool. That's a different kind of rich fool. And so I'm going to start reading this passage. We're going to start in verse 15. And then he said, beware. That's Jesus talking. Guard against every kind of greed. Life is not measured by how much you own. Now, of course, that's very countercultural because our culture says life is all about what you have, how much money you got, what you own, what you possess. And a lot of people, a lot of y'all, let's be honest, you feel that your worth is based on what you got. And if you don't have a lot, then you're worthless. If you're not where you're supposed to be at, according to your standards, you're worthless. And so, Jesus makes a countercultural claim that life is not measured by what you own. And that's greed. Now, he goes on, he tells a story. And Jesus likes to tell stories. Jesus said, then he told them a story. A rich man had a fertile farm that produced many fine crops. He said to himself, what should I do? I don't have room for all my crops. Then he said, I know. I'll tear down my barns and build bigger ones. Then I'll have room enough to store all my wheat and all my other goods. And I'll sit back and say to myself, my friend, you have enough stored away for years to come. Now take it easy. Eat, drink, and be merry. Now, this don't sound like a fool. You know what I'm saying, at first glance. This man, God blessed him with fertile ground. He was able to grow a lot of crops, so much so he ain't got to work for years. And so he decided to build a bigger barn so he could store these crops. And what did he decide to do since he ain't got to work? He said, hey, I can chill out. I can relax. I can be easy. I can eat. I can drink. And I can be happy. Be merry. That sounds like the life to me. Wouldn't it be nice just to be able to, they ain't got to worry about work. You just eat, drink, and be merry. But let's see what Jesus said. But God said to him, you fool, you will die this very night. Then who will get everything you work for? Yes, a person is a fool to store up earthly wealth, but not have a rich relationship with God. And another version says, person is a fool to build up treasure for themselves and not be rich towards God. And so this man, this story that Jesus told, this man was a fool because he was all about building up his own little kingdom. He was all about making himself rich, thinking about himself, me, what I got, what I possess. That's all his mind was on. Instead of using those riches that God gave him to give it to other people. And that's the problem with a lot of us today. We are so focused on making ourselves happy, on eating, drinking, and relaxing instead of using what God has given us to bless other folks. And during this holiday season, what are you going to be like? Are you going to be so concerned that you don't have the latest Samsung Galaxy Note that LeBron James be talking about on the doggone TV all the time? I get tired of that commercial. Or are you going to be the type of person that's going to use those riches, use those blessings what God has given you to bless other people? That's what God has given us those riches for. Now, when I say riches, I'm not talking about filthy rich like Jay-Z, Beyonce, etc. But my pastor put it this way. If you got more than one pair of shoes, you got more than one coat, you're rich. All right? You're rich. You might not be actually Larry rich, but you're rich. All right? What are you going to do with the riches God has blessed you with? And especially during this Christmas holiday season, you need to use those riches to bless other people. Isn't a homeless guy that you drive by every day? Can you just fix him an extra sandwich and give it to him? Can you give him a bottle of water? Even if you, like some of y'all don't want to give homeless people money, okay, that's your conviction. But you can still feed that brother. You can still take care of him. If you got a little extra money, maybe you're out in the cold, maybe you want to get that brother a hotel room for the night. And there's no local shelter. Say, hey, brother, I will get you a hotel room. You know, pause. You got to say pause after you say that. But, brother, I will get you a hotel room so you don't have to be out in this cold tonight. All right? Is that family that you know that they don't have nice clothes or they don't have a lot of stuff? Maybe you can use those riches to bless that family. Okay? Maybe you can volunteer your time at a shelter so you can get a burden for the poor and not be all, oh, the poor, they this, they that. They poor because they use drugs. They poor because, well, don't matter. Jesus ain't saying only help out the poor that don't use drugs. Jesus said, help out the poor. Okay? Clothe the naked. Feed them. So this holiday season, are you going to be a rich fool where you just use the riches that God gave you to make yourself happy, to eat and drink and be merry? Or are you going to be a wise person to use God's riches to help out other people? And what that way is, you pray about it. I can't tell you what to do with your money, but you pray about it and use God's money wisely. This is your boy Roz, here with Proceed with Caution Blog, and telling you, don't be a rich